Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on Starting 11. As mentioned in the previous video, today's Starting 11, as you can also see by the title, is the Starting 11 with the most goals and assists combined. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them down in the comments below, and also a reminder, we're trying to hit 1000 subscribers by the end of 2025, so please help us in doing so. Today's 4-3-3 is the 3 centre mids, and the first position as usual, goalkeeper, and it won't come as a surprise for many of you, Rogerio Ceni. The keeper also with the most goals for a keeper, as he scored 131. He also got 8 assists. For a keeper, these are outrageous stats. You might be wondering, how did Ceni score so much goals, or get so many assists? The former Brazilian keeper was Sao Paulo's set-piece taker, including penalties and free kicks, which can explain his 139 GAs. At right back is another Brazilian international, Dani Alves. The former Barcelona and Brazilian right back has exceptional numbers for a fullback. He scored 76 times and got 236 assists, totaling up to a total of 312 goal contributions. If Dani Alves, a right back, has 312 goal contributions, I wonder what the attacking numbers in this team are going to be like. I don't think any right back, apart from Trent, threatens his record of most assists for a right back. No wonder Dani Alves is regarded by many as the greatest right back of all time. The first centre back in this starting 11 is former Real Madrid and Spanish international, Sergio Ramos. Ramos has scored 143 goals so far in his career and has 50 assists, totaling up to 193 goal contributions so far, and this could increase as Ramos is still playing in Mexico. Ramos was an aerial threat and was a set piece taker, mainly penalties, not free kicks, which is why he scored so many goals. His most famous goals come in the Champions League final, both of them being against Atletico Madrid and both of them being headed off set pieces. The first one was in added time to level the game in 2014, and the other against Atletico Madrid was in 2016 to break the deadlock. Partnering Ramos in centre back is a former Dutch and Barcelona defender who has almost double the goal contributions as Ramos, and the most for a defender in football history. It's Ronald Koeman. Throughout his playing career, he scored 245 goals and had 84 assists, totaling him up to a total of 329 goal contributions. Now, a majority of his goals were from free kicks and penalties, but a centre back having 84 assists blows my mind. Who made this guy a centre back with these numbers? His defending must have been crazy good to be a defender and you're that much of a threat going forward. He has numbers most attackers dream of. Complete the backline in the left back position is another Brazilian player to make it 3 out of the 5 Brazilians in this backline. It's former Real Madrid fullback Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos is remembered more for his attacking rather than his defensive work, and sometimes was criticised for always being out of position and having his side seen as the side to exploit. Regardless, he was an excellent left back, and any team at that time, and I'm sure now, would dream of having him in their team. He's famously remembered for his free kicks, in particular, especially the one against France. He picked up 130 assists and 113 goals, totaling up to 243 goal contributions. He's regarded by many as the greatest left back of all time. That's the defence out of the way. Now on to the midfield. The first centre mid is former Chelsea and England international Frank Lampard, who actually has the most goals in history for a midfielder, with 261 goals and 162 assists, totaling up to a total of 423 goal contributions. Lampard was as complete as a midfielder could get, has scored a lot of crucial goals for Chelsea and is loved by every single Chelsea fan, and is seen as a footballing legend, not only a Chelsea legend. Another midfielder in the starting 11, joining is former international Lampard teammate and a Liverpool legend. Yep, you probably guessed it by now, Steven Gerrard. Talking of complete midfielders, Gerrard, like Lampard, was as complete as he could get, and also popped in some crucial goals for Liverpool, most famously the header in Istanbul to start the comeback against AC Milan in the 2005 Champions League final. Gerrard scored 206 goals and had 166 assists, making it a total of 372 goal contributions. To complete the 3 centre mids in the midfield, it's current Manchester City and Belgian international, Kevin De Bruyne, although he won't be a Man City player for much longer, as it was recently announced he's leaving them at the end of the season. He scored 133 goals so far in his career and 177 assists, totaling up to a total of 310 goal contributions. Kevin De Bruyne started off as a number 10 in his career, but slowly under Pep became this number 8 box-to-box midfielder who's more focused on dictating play rather than only scoring and assisting. And boy did he deliver in doing so. Plus, with the goals and assists as a bonus. A footballing legend, for sure. Who knows what the future holds for Kevin De Bruyne and if he'll stay in the Premier League or not. That's the midfield complete. And onto the attackers. I can't wait to get into the numbers of these attackers. And you probably know the front three already, but let's dive into them regardless. The first is the striker position, and is a former 3 times World Cup winner with Brazil, Pelé. Pelé scored 757 goals and had 303 assists, in total 1,060 goal contributions. Would you not argue Pelé is disrespected, or is the disrespect justified? On to the left wing, who has the second most goals and assists combined in total, and counting, Cristiano Ronaldo, with 1,201 goals and assists, and he so far has 933 goals and 286 assists. He is on track for 1,000 goals, and it'd be a pleasure to see him hit this landmark, as I doubt anyone will do it again. On to the final player in the starting 11, in the right wing position. The man with the most goal contributions in football history. It's no other than Lionel Messi, who so far has 859 goals and 383 assists, making it a total of 1,242 goals and assists combined. Messi and Ronaldo gave the 2000 up until 2024 arguably the most enjoyable rivalry and era. That's the starting 11 now complete. If you want to take a look at the starting 11, please feel free to pause it. Now on to the manager. The manager in this starting 11 with the most goals and assists during its playing days is former England and United star, who has 541 goal contributions, scoring 366 goals and assisting 175. It's recently sacked Plymouth manager Wayne Rooney. That's the starting 11 and manager now complete. It's time for the predictions. Every outfield player in this team is world class, and Rogerio Ceni was a good goalkeeper, so player for player, there's no issues. This team for me, in the current Champions League, goes to the final, but loses in the final, because first of all, Rooney in my opinion, as the manager isn't ideal. He seems to be a relegation master. Unfortunately, his managing skills aren't like his footballing ones, and he was a world class player, but not a good manager. He wouldn't be able to set them up correctly, with the player roles, and too many superstars in the team, especially the front three. All three wouldn't want to drop back and want to stay up, leaving a massive gap between the attacking lines and midfield line, making it too easy for the opposition to break that part of play. KDB, Gerrard, and Lampard, arguably the best three midfielders the Prem's ever seen, but all have very similar profiles. But due to it being a free centre mid formation and not an attacking midfield formation, it can be balanced, which is why I think they'll go to the finals. Also, imagine the headaches caused from this team. Every player in this team, from the goalkeeper to the striker, would want involvements on set pieces, bar maybe Dani Alves. Even then, he would probably try to ask to take corners. The fullback's too attacking minded, and finally, it isn't a two-legged match for me when it gets to a final. For a two-legged match, I believe they have enough to realise their mistakes and make a comeback. But in a final, realistically, one mistake and it's basically game over. So therefore, I believe the starting 11 with the most goals and assists reaches the Champions League final but loses in the final. That's the starting 11 and the manager and predictions complete. I hope everyone watching the video enjoyed. Leave a comment if you agree or disagree with my predictions. Or are there any players in which surprised you to be in the starting 11 or not to be in the starting 11? Remind everyone, we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025, so please help us in reaching this goal. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and I'll be seeing you lot in the next video, in which we'll be talking about the best starting 11 to have never won a trophy, as a certain Harry Kane finally got his hands on one recently.